Hello, my name is Becca and I make videos about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and why I love Jesus. If you like any of those things, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below now, watch this video, and then check out the rest later. So today I definitely have like a life chatty video for you. I'm not really sure where I want to start this, but I think I will start with, in every great marriage that I have looked up to or been mentored by, like marriages that I just feel like, wow, they're so strong, and like what a great example of like a good, faithful Christian marriage, all have a very similar story of like starting out being like newlywed and broke, like not having two pennies to rub together and just being like broke and married. And that is where Tyler and I are at right now. And I am just hoping that because of that, because we're there at that stage in our marriage where we're like newly married and have no money, that eventually we will have a fabulous marriage and things will be going well. So Tyler and I have been married for just over 2 years, and our marriage has been great as far as like our relationship together and like our relationship as far as like a married couple. I feel like we have like really good communication. I think the biggest part of that is that we really try and keep the Lord at the center of our relationship so that everything just kind of falls into place there. So I feel like we've done that pretty well at this point, like as far as just making sure that like we're keeping God at the center of our relationship and letting Him lead us. So that being said, everything else just seems to like fall apart. Like all like our plans and everything, or like other circumstances just don't seem to be going well. And we are yet again in another season of just like, Lord, save us. So yeah, we're just in like this really crazy transition where we've moved to Oklahoma and we finished up our jobs in Rhode Island, and we, so Tyler already started his job down here, and then I'm getting ready to start my job. But because of that, we're in this like really weird transition of like having not had paychecks for a while. So we like finished up our old jobs, got like our old paychecks, and then haven't gotten our new job paychecks yet. So we broke, like really broke. And I just feel like we are at that stage in our newlywed marriage where it's like we didn't have anything but 2 pennies in our love to get us through, and like that's us. Like I think even through all of this, we're able to just like laugh through it and just like remain faithful that like the Lord is going to get us through. So like for some examples of like how broke we are, the other night, like we obviously were hungry for dinner and had literally no money. I think there was like 56 cents in our bank account. And we had gone through our groceries. We were waiting for like a check to clear the next day. So like there was gonna be no money for that evening. But my husband is a hoarder of gift cards, and thank goodness. Like I guess he just knew intuition wise that like eventually we would need all these gift cards, and he like saved them for this moment. So we were like scouring through like the stack of gift cards to like find like anything, and they weren't like great places. It was like Burger King and McDonald's, but like when you're broke and have no money, like you gotta do what you gotta do. And then we had like these coupons for Burger King. It was so funny. It was just one of those moments that's like one of those stories that like you tell down the line when you like look back and laugh at it. And it's like, there was this one time that we literally had no money. We were just like searching for anything. And likewise, the other day, I met a new friend for coffee, and I was like really excited because I haven't been working. I start my job finally next week. Because of all the interviews I went through. But so I was meeting a new friend for coffee, and I like just really wanted to go because I've had like no social interaction. I've been so lonely. Like the transition has been hard. Like I just really wanted to go to coffee. And again, literally no money in our bank account. So I was like, what am I gonna do? Like I can't show up to coffee and be like, I'm not gonna get a coffee. We can just like sit and chat here at this place, but I don't know if that's like rude to the coffee shop. And also I love coffee. Like I have a strong love, and not just coffee, espresso. I have a love for espresso and cappuccinos and all of that. So I was like, I can't be at a coffee shop and not order a coffee. So Tyler and I have this like giant mason jar of change, and it's pretty full at this point. And again, I don't like, we just do these little things like past selves that like just knew that future Becca and Tyler were gonna need this to get through. So I like jumped out the thing. It was like scrounging through for all of the quarters so I could like buy a coffee. So I brought $7 in quarters to this coffee shop in like a little Ziploc baggie, and I'm like, you know what? I just can't have shame about this. Like this is my life. This is one of those moments that again, I'm gonna tell for years to come of like that time I had to buy coffee with quarters. So we go out to get a drink, and this girl I was meeting for coffee as well, she is also newly married. Well, like, she's been married for 3 years, so I think we're still considered newlyweds, like within like the 3-year range. I feel like until you have kids, you're considered a newlywed. I don't know. Anyway, so she hasn't been married that long either. And so we both get up to the thing, and I see like she's like looking through her wallet for her change as well. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, you're just so cool. So we're both like young, broke, and married, and we ended up buying like our coffees with like spare change, and it was just really sweet. And it was just one of those moments that was like, okay, God, like, you've got this, like, you definitely have us, and you know that, like, yeah, this is it. And at first I was like really embarrassed that I was like buying coffee, which I shouldn't have been, but like I was. And then when she was like looking through her wallet too, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so like funny and so sweet that like this is where we're both at, like, in our marriages, where it's just like a really crazy transition time, and there's just not a lot of money to go around. So you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, so I just felt like I wanted to make this video because if any of you are newly married and like are struggling, or just, you know, it's newlywed, then I totally get you, and I totally feel you. And I feel like if we can make it through this, then we're gonna be those like really strong marriages that we looked up to. Like, our marriage mentors, like when Tyler and I got married, that like walked us through engagement and like up to marriage, were amazing. And same thing, like, they had a super similar story. They're like, when we first got married, we had no money, but we had each other and our faith. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And like, same thing, like my parents, my mom was like, I remember when you girls were little, like looking through the couch cushions just to find spare change to like buy milk or an ice cream cone. And I was like, I feel like I have gone through this rite of passage of great marriages and being broken married, looking for spare change in the couch. Now, this is not to say that marriages that start off where you're newlywed and you have lots of money, you're gonna have a bad marriage. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the marriages that I've looked up to, I feel like this is a part of their story, and I feel like now it's a part of my story. And as hard and as difficult it is, there's something about it that I like love a little bit. Just because like it is such a hard, like, crazy transition time, but Tyler and I are still able to like look at each other and laugh and like say I love you to the ends of the earth, because we do. Like, there is just so much love between us, and there is just so much faith between us, and we just know without a shadow of a doubt that like God is gonna get us through this, and like God will provide for all of our needs, which He has so done. Like, we have an apartment, and when we moved in, we paid for like the first 2 months, so like that's really nice. Like, that's taken care of. Like, we have a place to live until our paychecks come through. Like, every time it's been to a moment where we're like, how are we gonna eat dinner tonight? Like, something happens where we find a gift card, or we get invited to go over to someone's house for dinner. Like, things like that just keep happening where God is just like, I've got you. Like, I've taken you this far, I've got you, just trust me. So it's just really beautiful, because it's just such like an amazing story, and like such an amazing walkthrough of like trusting the Lord and like Him following through, because that's what He does. Like, that is God, that is our loving God, and He just is showing us that continuously, which I really love. And also, it's like such a humbling experience. Like, I feel like the Lord over the past several years has just done so much to like humble me in every way. Like, in any place that I had pride, God was like, I'm gonna just tear that down and make you mine. And so He has humbled me in so many ways over the years. One of the biggest ways He humbled me was like my self-image, or like my self-worth, just with like everything I went through health-wise. God like really just showed me like I had a lot of pride there, and that like that needed to be healed. And now in this, like, He has been healing our financial pride, or lack thereof, for a while now. And so we did like take this financial class in January, which like is not null and void, okay? We still did learn the steps. We just don't have the money to like do anything with that yet. But once everything starts happening again, we're like, we receive paychecks. We have definitely learned the skills to like really to like use money well, or like use it well for the kingdom. So I think that's really cool. So like, when we do finally get paid, we know like how to budget and like where to put our finances. That is a way that's like God honoring, and also like is still a way that like we can do what we enjoy, but we're paying our bills, we're saving for things that we want, like all of that. So it will get better. But I just yeah, I just wanted to sit down and film this because I just feel like this is a moment in time or a moment in my life that I want to remember, and I want to have it on film. Like, I want to have it stamped in history that, like, Becca in 2018, going into fall of 2018, was like young, broke, and married. And I like that, and I like that that's part of our story, and I just think that it's all those little bits that like make up who you are. And I just really love like my YouTube channel, not necessarily like YouTube as a whole, but just like my YouTube channel as like a place where it is like a video diary of like all these different spots in my life where things happen, and like this is who I am at this time, or this is what is happening at this moment in life. And I just think it's really cool to like have all of that just as like my own personal like keepsake or memories. So yeah, that's really why I wanted to film this, and also just to encourage any of you that are young, broke, and married, that it's gonna be okay. Like, I am there with you. We will all get through it. We will find every spare quarter, whether it's in the car, the couch cushion, under the bed. We will find all those spare quarters to buy our coffees or our McDonald's dinner dollar menu for the night. Like, we will do it, and we will get through it, and it will be fabulous. Yeah, so it's just like an encouragement to you all, and just a video diary stamp of my life. So yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to update you on. I will hopefully update you when things are on the up and up, as far as like we can buy normal groceries and I can buy my coffee with a $1 bill instead of some quarters. That was this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can relate, definitely leave me a comment or a thumbs up. And if not, and you have words of encouragement, I will take those too. But this was today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you come back for more. There is a makeup video up on my channel, so if you like that kind of stuff more, then definitely go check that out. There is my moving vlog. I'm about to put up a house tour, or not a house tour, this is an apartment tour. I also really want to film my makeup collection, so stay tuned for more on my channel. But anyway, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!